That's never something that's happened to me before. Like, I've had them disable or disapprove the ads, but I've never had them disable an entire account. What's going on, guys? So this is gonna be a quick video just warning everybody out there who's doing Facebook ads in Q4 in 2018. This is gonna be different. This is mainly just for the people who are, doing Facebook ads right now, and you want to know what's going on out there. So basically, a few things that you have to understand is Facebook is cracking down heavy in Q4, and what I mean is every other quarter this year they've done little things like this, but I've never noticed it as effective as Q4. Now, I don't know what they're planning, but I think they're just trying to get rid of all of the people who are not following their terms of service, and they're also making their rules a little bit more strict. Facebook just went through that whole court system, and they're getting a lot of pressure from the government because what they're doing is kind of unprecedented. So they're trying to be as careful as possible, and that's actually affecting a lot of the accounts that I'm working on. So, like, I'm not going to be talking about little things like them getting rid of a lot of interest, which they've been doing as well. So they're getting rid of a lot of interest. They're getting rid of a lot of features in the ad account. They're adding some features. That's just basic stuff that you probably already know. I'm going to be covering more things that I only know because I manage 20 to 30 ad accounts every day. So these are just different patterns that I see across those accounts. Two things that you need to know. Facebook updates every single quarter. So there's 4 quarters a year, and Facebook will always do an update, whether it's to how their ads manager works or their whole business manager as a system. Different things, like this quarter, one major thing that they changed that kind of affected the way that I do things is they got rid of the old page post tab. So you used to be able to go to page posts, make a page post, and get the post ID. That way you can have the same post for every single ad that you have, so that the engagement follows over and stuff. Well, they got rid of that, so now the way that you get the ID is basically just preview the ad, and then you have to like get the ID manually from the URL, which, like, it's just a pain in the ass, but it's just something that you have to do now. But yeah, that's just a good example of how Facebook is updating things, basically making it better for advertisers to go in there and start winning right away, because they're a business. They want you making money. They want you making money so that you can pay them more money. So every quarter they also do a sweep of accounts that are breaking their terms of service. Now, this is like the biggest change of this quarter as opposed to all the rest of the quarters this year, where I see a lot of accounts being swept every single quarter, whether it's we're trying to scale a product that has a little too much skin in the image. Like, I feel like I don't know, but I feel like they hire extra people each quarter to go through everybody's ad accounts and posts and stuff and just like shut everybody down that's not doing it. And that's just a prediction. Like, I'm not saying that that's what they do. That's just how it feels. Like, every quarter I see them shutting down a lot of my accounts, and there's different things that I learn, like what to do, what not to do, what to avoid. So here's some things that's going to be really important in Q4 if you're playing the long-term game, the short-term game, and either game doesn't matter. If you're under 18, this is a big thing. If you're under 18, you want to create a different account under somebody else's name that can vouch for you. So, and then you can make yourself an admin. You can do that, so you can still have access to everything, but the owner of the account should be over 18, and the reason is because Facebook has been disabling payments a lot lately. Not disabling the whole ad account, they're now disabling payments, and the only way to get that reactivated is to submit a like identity authorization form, which basically just asks you questions about what you're doing. It's like a little form. If you haven't seen it yet, you probably will, but they ask you for your ID, they ask you for your birthday, they ask you, what you're doing with Facebook ads, what you're marketing, what's your goals, stuff like that, and it's really a pain in the butt. So if you're under 18 and you get this, they want your ID to match the name that's on your profile. So if your ID doesn't match the name that's on your profile, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Obviously, they can't guarantee that you are who you say you are. And this goes along with if you have a personal Facebook account and your personal Facebook account is named by your store name, you're unable to prove your identity. So this is very dumb to do. You should always have your Facebook personal account under your personal name. Nobody from your Shopify store is going to see that. It doesn't matter. If it's your personal profile, Facebook needs to be able to secure your identity. It's actually in their terms of service that you're not allowed to have a fake name on Facebook. It's actually considered impersonation. Now, if you're just doing your store name, like, you're not going to get sued for impersonation or anything like that. They just take it as they want to know who's using their system so they can monitor it. And they'll check that with ID. I've had it happen probably like 7 or 8 times in the past month. It just recently happened to one of my clients who's under 18, so I don't know exactly what the process is going to be like for that. But once I figure it out, I'll definitely let you guys know. So here's some things that you can do to avoid getting shut down. Don't use thumbnails or images with too much text. I had an account doing around 1,500 a day that they just completely shut the whole ad account off because it had too much text, which is ridiculous. Like, that's never something that's happened to me before. Like, I've had them disable or disapprove the ads, but I've never had them disable an entire account. And we actually created numerous accounts, and they disabled every single one of them. And they wouldn't say exactly why, but every time you check the ad, it would always say, like, too much text. And there was a little bit of skin showing on the ad, so, like, there was a chest piece, and that could have had something to do with it too, like showing skin, like showing something that's perfect, I guess. They don't like that either. And then the next one, don't use products that imply somebody needs help. So weight loss, teeth whitening, skin moisturizer, like any of this stuff, you have to, I mean, you can market it, and I do sell products like that. You just have to be very careful with the wording that you use and the video or image that you use. If you use a video that is using terminology like, this will help you lose weight, or like, it's hard to understand, but saying this will help you lose weight is implying that the person reading it needs to lose weight. Now, Facebook is transitioning into safety mode, basically, against this sensitivity that we have in our generation, where somebody could read that and then get offended, and then Facebook becomes a news article about how they judge fat people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not... they try to avoid it, so you can't use terminology in your ads that implies someone needs anything, really. Whether it's like teeth whitening. Like, teeth whitening is a difficult niche. Fitness is a difficult niche. Just because you can't imply that somebody needs help, like, they will legitimately shut down your entire ad account because of this. It says it very clearly in their policy. If you've never read their policy, just look up Facebook ad policy. It's very simple, this stuff, but not too many people know about it, so I'm emphasizing it. Another one is don't miss a payment to Facebook. Everybody who's missed a payment to Facebook in the past month, Facebook disables their payments, which means you have to, like, submit this form, and your ads will be shut off for 2 days, and it's just a big pain in the butt. So if you miss your payment, they label it as unusual activity. They'll disable your account. You got to reach out to them, and then they reach out back, and that's usually when they'll ask for your ID. And on top of that, like, missing payments to Facebook usually messes with the algorithm a little bit, so it's not the best thing to do either way. But I'm just saying, for the sake of Q4, the updates that they're doing, the cracking down that they're doing, it's not a joke. If you're under 18, you should create another account. Like, have your mother, sister, brother, father, anybody do it, and then just have them add you as an admin. It's the same thing. And then, Facebook is updating every quarter. That's just something for you to know going into Q1 and Q2 of 2019. Just expect that these 4 rules are going to change. They're going to become more important and more emphasized in their policy. And also, you want to keep up to date with their policy. They say all their rules very clearly on their website. So if you're under 18, make another account. Don't use thumbnails or images with too much text. Don't imply that somebody needs something. And don't miss a payment to Facebook, and you'll be all set. Peace.